Hey, all right, everybody. Power Slap 13 is coming, so it's getting busy around here. You know what I mean? All right, for today's pod, we got the Bosnian bicep himself, Mirza Berhamovic. And bro, I hope I got your name good. All right, listen, we talk about it all, and especially his upcoming fight, where he wants to be, how he found it, all that good stuff. Anyway, people, grab a beverage. 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. On gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king. SlapSon, baby!
Okay, what's up, everybody? Mirza, you ready to have some fun?
I'm fucking ready, mate. I'm
All
ready.
right, let's do it. All right, everybody. Welcome to SlapSon. We got the king in the building. What you doing? He's freshly signed. He sits on the Game of Thrones, and he wants to sit on the throne of power slap everybody. Give it up for the Bosnian bicep, son. Mirza Berhamovic.
What an intro, baby. I like it. Thank you very much. How you doing, bud?
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, truly.
Dude, so obviously I've been getting to know you as one does through social media. So, I'm glad that we can finally sit down, chat, and just see how in the hell you ended up where you ended up, my guy.
It's a good question. It's a good question. And honestly, I'm excited to be on your show. Get to know you through social media, through your interviews. I've liked all of them since obviously started early April, since I've been through the camp. I've seen some interviews with my fellow, I don't know, can I say teammates, but
Sure.
fellow, well, I don't know the American word, but friends, whatever, power slappies. So you have a patch where I can see it, and it's a fun watch. So I've been following your stuff since April. So you do a great job, and I've been looking forward to getting on and chatting with you.
Dude, thank you so much. That means the world, man. We get a little better every day, But no, I appreciate that. What I said from day one is I feel like what was lacking at the time, not so much now because the sport's growing so fast, but at the time we just brought the happy to the sport, man. Everybody thought it was just these, jerk offs getting off the couch and smacking each other. What the hell is this? Like, no. These are humans, and let's show people that they're humans having a good time. So I appreciate that.
Of course.
So hey, obviously there's big news, right? You just got signed. I'm curious, how did that process unfold as far as receiving the deal? Meaning, we talked to a lot of guys that are doing these training camps, trying to filter out people that, maybe aren't taking it as serious as they should. They're getting away from, like I just said, guys maybe getting off the couch. Now, there is some success stories for guys that are doing that because they get involved and then they take it very serious. In fact, there's a couple champs that taken that route. But I say that to say it's becoming more and more like a league, right? So did they give you any idea of the odds when they invited you to the camp? Did they give you any idea of the process? Or was it just a surprise, hey, now I'm signed to the league?
So my story based off the camp prior is different than anyone else at that camp, the beginning of April camp. So I applied in February this year. It was mid-February. I was at my office typing up, and I've been following Power Slap, and the competitor in me, there's still some drive there. There's still a lot of fire there, and I'm a huge fan of the UFC. Did some MMA training back in my prime, wrestling, middle school, high school, all that bollocks. But I'm just a true fan of the media, fan of the sport. And Power Slap got my attention when it started 2-3 years ago, and it was fun, man, just fun to watch. And I was like, hold on, I got pretty good rights, and this just chain can take a few smacks, I feel. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna apply. Something told me inside, just apply. I was in the office, boom, told them they through the website. They asked a few questions. And the backstory and all that, and I told the truth. I didn't use ChatGPT or nothing. It was just me. So I typed out the truth, and there was a few paragraphs I put in, and they liked that. I got a text from America a few days after that email, and right when I got that, I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" And it was just, hey. It was not like, hey, you're on the camp or nothing. The camp wasn't discussed, nothing. It was just, hey, we like what we saw, we like the story, whatever. Then she asked me a couple more questions, and then she let me know, hey, we'll let you know moving forward. And like a week after that, so like February 18th, this is like February 4th, 15th when I did that. About a week after that, I get a text from America saying, hey, we actually have opportunity for light heavyweight for you to step in short notice to compete in. He might not pass his medical, something along those lines. And I said yes right away. Mind you, I was 240 pounds at that time frame. Maybe I told her I was 240. I was probably closer to 250 to tell the truth. But
Holy shit! So you had to drop some weight, dude.
Yeah, but I've been on the verge of ups and downs of the gym kind of situation, athletic. So at that time frame, I got back into it like January, feeling myself a little bit, but it was no diet. It was just power. And I was like, okay, fuck. So that was February 18th. On February 19th, they sent me the contract. I signed it up digitally, DocuSign, whatever you call it. And I was in, and she said March 7th was the event, so I only had what to prepare, And again, I didn't know for sure, so I had to keep prepping. She said, and then maybe like the very March 7th was the event, so maybe like a week, maybe like 8 days, something along those lines. She said, hey, we ended up not needing you, but I'll put you on the next one. So I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was on an anorexic diet, brother. And not saying thank God. And like, I would have done it. I would have made the weight. But it would have been a bad 205 for me. It would have been a sluggish. Looking at the time, I was excited. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. But looking back at everything I've been through since, it was different. So, sorry, I talk too much sometimes, so I apologize. But
you're good, man. There's no rules here. Do what you got to do.
My man. But so that happened, and then whatever it was, a couple weeks after, she said, hey, we're having a camp. Can you attend? I was like, absolutely, I can attend. And that was from when we fly out March 30th, and we were there from the very beginning of April. So we were there. I flew in on a Tuesday, I think. Camp was Wednesday, Thursday. Flew back Friday. Experienced some stuff there, and that's how that happened. So.
Well, that's crazy, man. So I just learned some stuff. So I didn't know that. I mean, I figured you applied because of the whole camp situation, but so you were kind of, it feels like sort of fast tracked a little bit, like blindly, not knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then, can you say who your opponent was going to be?
I wish I could. I had no idea.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like, she never said anything. She just did something, and I didn't ask. I was just excited at that time to just be part of it. I was like, I just gotta make weight. And it was like I said, looking back at it, I'm lucky that I didn't, because it was not I had to just go basically on an anorexic diet, cardio. Like it would have been, and no experience, really nothing, And people think, hey, I thought I can go on there slap, not knowing there's like you can watch what you watch on TV, but it goes after that camp. I learned so fucking much. It's a whole different game than what you would regularly think. And I come from a somewhat MMA background, a couple amateur bouts back in the day. So I thought, some kind of tough guy, which I know, I still feel like I could have won, but hey, fuck, you lose all that weight fast. And then water weight, I probably would have gotten down to 225. And then I had to cut, 20 pounds of water weight. And how would I feel up there with that? And the strength wouldn't be there as I am now. So I'm lucky to have gone to that camp because I learned so fucking much. Pardon the language.
No, you're good, dude. You can, you've seen the interviews. You can curse. You're good.
Sorry, back into this. Hold up.
No, you're good.
Oh, hold on. It's redirecting me. Give me 1 second, brother.
You're good, man.
Oh, there we are. My bad. It's I download that app. So
no, you're good.
Yes.
So,
but I apologize. But hey, what was that? What was I saying?
No, you're just saying how basically that you would have done what it would have taken to get up on that stage in March, but it's kind of it's turned out to be a really good thing because you got to go through the camp, learn so much. What do you think going through the camp? Because I think, look, even myself, when we were on our way to watch our first power slap event, right? People just think it's very straightforward like that. You just get up, do a couple smacks, and you go home, right? You bounce. Right. So let everyone know what you did learn in that camp to go, oh, this technique, this way to approach it. Anything like that was like, super surprising to you about the sport?
A lot.
Really?
First, for me, a lot. I learned my stance. I learned the pivoting because you watch it on TV and you see. I mean, they've changed the rules a couple times. This that, but like your heels can go up. Sometimes they cannot. They twist. I've seen guys jump after, and then like even after your slap, then you can move. There's so much that I did not know. So I just, boom. I was like, all right. I'm seeing so much different things. It's never explained to me, or I didn't do the digging enough, or whatever you want to call it. But so I learned no pivoting. I learned how to stand, how to generate power, how to the count. You know, I knew the count because I watched part of the events, but you know, Mark, like I said, from the coaches, Wolverine, Babyface, Rob, and then Mark Jackson was there, the commission cat, and they I just like I said, I learned so much, and the first day was of the camp was a little tough for me because your brain naturally, for my background, you know, when you're swinging, you're naturally your foot's gonna, you know,
Right.
it's gonna go, and by the second day, I got that down. It was more flow because I was stiff. The first, second, I found my shot, and it so much got into it, and where to aim, what clubbing is, what the fouls is, what flinching from all that stuff. So it was a lot, and I asked a lot of questions to the coaches, to all of them, and I was just so in tune with it, and so it's a lot that goes in.
It's a lot that goes in, man. No, I appreciate that because it's like anything else. You don't know till you know, but particularly in slap, you got to know the nuances of it. Like
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's supposed to be, you know, as simple as it sounds, it's supposed to be a very hard as you can, clean slap. They don't want
Yeah.
anybody, you know, right hooking a neck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anything like that. And I agree with you that the rule set that is probably the most like tedious and maybe left open for interpretation. A lot of people talk about the clubbing aspect, but for me, it is the pivot because
Yeah.
you've got to have a human being, right, judge if they pivoted after they slapped or if they did it while they were slapping. And I think
Yeah.
in the moment, I think that's harder than people realize.
It is, and that's where I learned my game, and I from that camp. Now it's about 2 months almost since then. I told Slap News yesterday on the Smack Talk. I feel like a veteran making his debut come June 27th. I have my feet do not move. My power generates. I go on 3, and the way I worked it 6 to 7 days a week, on top of all the other shit I'm doing training wise, it's in tune with me. There's so many thoughts right before the breathe, I put line up, and there's so many things I'm thinking about, from stiffening the hand. Again, none of that, none of that, you know, clubbing. That's no go for me. That's never gonna happen. I came to generate what I can technique wise. So when I'm up there, I don't commit any fouls, no clubbing, no nothing. So you will see absolute perfection from me up there, and we will see how it goes.
Dude, I'm so excited for you, man. Are you losing your mind a little bit? Like you fill out an application and now you're like there. Like
You know, I've lost my mind now a long time ago, but you know, there's some still clicks up there.
yeah,
But,
I got you.
But I to tell you what, brother, it's passion is a big thing. I have some businesses and whatnot, but money's great, all that, you know, when you're making it, yada yada, and you're moving along. But I have never been so passionate about anything in my life than I am with this. Like I said, I have passion for the UFC as a fan, you know. So I always like, hey, what can I do? Well, you know, I have these businesses, whatever, move to Vegas, whatever, just work for the UFC, not a fighter aspect. Obviously, I no disrespect to that factor, but you know, something I'll fucking, you know, it's just because I love it. And I found something where I can compete at because I'm very competitive, and passion is huge. And that's why I've taken this so seriously from everything I've done. I'm winning every day through training, through diet, and through consistency and dedication. So,
Dude, I love it.
I'm ecstatic, brother.
Yeah, I can hear it through the camera, man. It's so cool. Do you think that there's, as it gets closer to showtime, like, do you think, how do I say this, man? Like, do you think anything about your training is going to change, or is it more about we're going to stay to the path, and then if we learn some lessons, we tweak it?
I went through that stage, tweaking,
Okay,
all that. And that was after the camp, right? What can I tweak? How can I make this better? And that was for the first few weeks after the camp, and then consistency. I have since the camp, that Friday, that let's just say the beginning of April is the last time I took a sip of alcohol. Is the last time I had a cheat meal. No sugar, no bread, none of that. I have a very beautiful, sexy girlfriend that does my meal preps for me. You know, chicken, white rice, asparagus, protein shakes throughout the whole day. You know, you're a bodybuilder, I know, so you understand this,
dude. Yeah,
but
the blandness and consistency of a diet is the real challenge.
That's that. Yeah, it's crazy, but I need to get at a healthy 205. Granted, I'll just tell you, I'll probably be around 213 that fight week. 212, 213 is going to be a strong 212, 213, a healthy hydrated. Cut the weight. That's nothing for me. I can do that in a couple hours in the sauna. even less. So so just as a hell, so I got the fluids up there to handle a smack or smacks. So it is
I
like
love this fucking
I
sport,
train.
man. That sentence is just beautiful.
Yeah,
You keep the
yes.
fluids up there, make sure you can
Yeah.
take the smack, doing all the
Yeah.
prep, dude.
Yeah, and you gotta get this thing flowing right here.
Hey,
gotta make it strong. Like I said, I cannot begin to tell. Well, I can begin to tell you. I wake up at 6 a.m. 5:30, 6 a.m. Protein shake. Take my supplements. Take legal supplements. Yeah. So I take that, and I'm consistent with that. I'm consistent with. I do resistant band training every 2 hours, maybe 3, depending how I feel, from the beginning of my day all the way to the end. I'm going to the gym to strength conditioning, plus the sauna after that. And then I go home and I have a slap pad. I had my girlfriend holding the slap pad for me for a little while, but her hand started hurting after the power started rising and consistently, because I kept wanting to go.
That's
And
right, I did. Yeah.
and she bless her heart, but I didn't want to hurt her hand too much. So I got the Velcro, the glued Velcro stuff. That has Velcro on one side and the glue on the other side. So it's about a 2x3 inch. So I glued that on a post, and I glued that on a post on one of my posts at one of the houses, and then I glued it on the slap pad, so the Velcro hits. So I developed the post, so I can just keep hacking it. It'll fly. Put it right back. Put it right back. I got that. And I got the bob, the hidden punch man. So I got that. So I do that every day. Develop the technique, striking power, positioning, and then also I got the iron neck on top of. The gym with the weightlifting, all that. You can do the traps. These bad boys right here. They're bulking out of the shirt. But the next, so like I said, I'm preparing every fucking day. I have not cheated myself with the cheat. Like I said, there's no cheat meal, there's no alcohol, there's nothing. It's barely been a couple months, so it's almost a couple months, and it'll be more than that come fight day. And like I said, you're victorious each day. You don't fuck up, and I'm well past even thinking about fucking up. I still have urges to get that food. Mostly the alcohol, it's whatever, but. The food kills me, but I got a sweet tooth. I love chocolate and all that, but we put that away. We become victorious June 27th, and I will eat everything and anything comes my way. So
no, that's how it goes, right? You put in the work, and then the reward is all that shit that tastes amazing, right?
Absolutely.
I interviewed. I've been lucky enough to interview 3 of the bare knuckle champs, the females, and there's Britton Hart. She said something that's really resonated with me, which is kind of like what you're saying. It's you basically have $86,000 to spend in a day.
Yeah.
6,000 and some change as far as seconds in a day. And how do you want to spend your money, right? Do you want to spend that money laying around or whatever? And I don't, for whatever reason, man, it just really resonated with me. And I've thought about that every day. Do I want to spend my money, doing this? And I love what you're saying, because you're choosing to spend your day or your money in like the most streamlined way preparing for the fight, which is huge, man, because everybody can talk shit. Everybody can say, oh, I can get up there and do it, yada, yada, yada. But until you're in the actual game, you don't know what it takes. And you can tell by what you're saying and your voice and your excitement, you're doing the right way to prep. And so we can see the best you when you get up there, which is awesome.
All truth. And like I said, you're only lying to yourself if you're not doing it right. And I respect power slap. I respect the sport.
Did we lose our fancy background?
Screw it. Doesn't matter. You got me. I respect the sport so much. I respect the athletes. I respect Eric. I respect Frank, Dana, everybody around. And like I said, most importantly, I respect myself to not cheat myself, to give everything I can to this. Like I said, you're sticking your chin out there when you're on stage, and you must prepare as much as you can. Can you truly predict what's going to happen? No, I'm fully confident, and I know I'm capable of, and I really fucking think I'm going to win. Everything, but I'm doing everything to prepare for that. So, like I said, these victories every day, I think it's going to show, June.
Dude, I love it, man. I love it. Well, hey, I noticed that you do a bit of traveling. I mean, it's hard to get to know somebody past the Instagram until you meet them, right? Is that something you guys love to do? I saw you like at the Coliseum and shit and wandering around. Is that something that you guys like to do, is get out and
As you may know, my friend, traveling feeds the soul, yeah? So I was actually born in Bosnia, 1990. And so it's in Europe there as well. lived there till I was about 7, and immigrated legally in the United States. And lucky enough, I was 7 years of age when I came here, but lucky enough, 6 years after we got our citizenship, so I'm a dual citizen of Europe and here.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, I love traveling. Most importantly, I love traveling back home. I was just there with the girlfriend last August to September. So I stayed there for about 3 or so weeks. I try to go back every other summer. But traveling wise, like I said, I've done a lot of it. Rome, a few days, Florence, a few days, Venice, a few days, Paris, a week, Germany, Austria, wherever else in Europe, here in the United States, a few states, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, Mexico, yada, yada. I enjoy it. My girlfriend enjoys it. And when you can do it, when you're financially stable, when you have the right mindset, do it, So I love it. So the Coliseum is amazing. That's something that when I visited is just, it's a natural euphoric feeling you get. I cannot tell you. I mean, I don't know if have you been there?
No. So I was going to say, wifey and I, we love to travel. Like,
Yeah.
I always joke with her, the best thing to come out of our careers, and particularly her career, is we've been able to upgrade the travel. So like, we fly business class or first class, stay at fancy hotels, and we kind of ball out twice a year. It's kind of our rhythm. But we haven't made it to Europe yet, and I'm just jonesing to go, dude.
Go there. Bosnia, like I said, it just if you're ever down there and I'm down there, I'll show you around. But we have a few places, I have a few properties down there, rentals and a home and whatnot, and then some family stuff. And then we also have a family place by Dubrovnik, Croatia. And that's where I spend a lot of time as well when I'm down there, because it's right by the Adriatic Sea. Our place is up on a little hill. Like almost
I've heard
3 miles away from the beach.
I've heard Croatia is actually like gorgeous.
Yeah, it's amazing. Dubrovnik, Croatia, Old Town. You go down there, you have the beach, the beach over there, the sea, and an Old Town with the castle where they filmed Game of Thrones and all that, House of Dragon or whatever you want to call it. So it's an experience of a lifetime, and yeah, we got a pretty nice place down there. So if you're ever down there, you guys have the keys to enjoy it for free.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm not shy. I might take you up on that.
No problem. I'm a man of my word, so no problem.
Dude, I love it. How'd you end up in Idaho?
So we lived in Europe till 7. My uncle, my dad's brother, was here 2 years prior to us, and they were accepting immigrants over here. So he was already here. We came here and built a life over here, and that's how that happened.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just curious because Idaho is such a, for the most part, I mean, you hear of immigrants coming over and they, the coast is filled up because it's kind of like the first stop, but rarely do you hear people making their way to like, I'm in Utah, Idaho, places like that. So it was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cool. I'm in Boise, the capital of it. So it's much, and it's grown so much. So if people who've never been here, who sometimes think it's something else, or think of it something that's, fun, sometimes that's not. I mean, certain areas it is, but Boise, you can do a lot. Have you been to Boise?
Oh yeah, dude.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, and I've seen it grow. Like it used to be, like Eagle, which is just north.
Yeah,
kind of like got the establishment first, but Boise has just exploded, dude. With tech companies and all kinds of shit.
Absolutely, it's growing a lot. Got a lot of people from Cali moving here and whatnot. But I've been to Utah many times. And I enjoy Utah as well. We were just there not too long ago to watch a Jazz game and just spend a weekend up there. It was that was in March something, I don't know, but March or May, I don't know, not too long ago. Salt Lake though, I've been there many times. And are you in the Salt Lake area or like?
Yeah, so we're just like 5 minutes north of Salt Lake in Davis County. Yeah, so we're there.
Yeah. Amazing, you're there. So it's I love it. It's nice. I enjoy going there. You guys have a lot of good things, and it's not that far of a drive either. It's 4.5, 5 hour drive. If you're not flying, because it's a short drive, so might as well drive, right?
Yeah.
So,
we're road trippers as well, bro. So we I can't tell you how many times I've driven to Las Vegas in my lifetime. Like a lot. So 4 hours is a piece of cake, nothing. Get some beverages, turn on some tunes, and you're home.
Back in my younger youth days, we used to drive all the way. It's about 10, 11 hour drive from Boise. So me and a group of my buddies, I used to go to Vegas a few times a year. So it's a drive, but it's always worth it going there. But the drive back always fucking sucks.
The drive back's the worst.
Not good. But it's now we fly. So last year.
No, 100%, man. Well, dude, I couldn't be more excited for you. I actually truly love hearing how everybody ended up in this position, because, and I also I talked about this on my Thirsty Thursday podcast. I'm going to drop it today. I talked about this on there where one of the things I love about Power Slap is it's not all these young guns. You feel me? Like
Yes.
it's people early 30s, you know, early physics, kind of they're a little bit older, and I love that shit because I'll look at my boys and I'll just say, hey, look, you can literally age doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
If you want to be a power slapper at 38 years old, motherfucker, you can do it.
Yeah.
And I love that because fighting is a young man's game, and power slap is very direct in what you're trying to accomplish. I get all that. But as far as now goes, it's just, can you get it done? And I love that about the sport.
I agree. Yeah, for me, I just my birthday was April 2nd, so I turned 35 at the camp. So that was a great birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Happy birthday. Let's get a smack in. Dude.
let's get a shot. Oh, do you drink?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, my man. I know you were. I've seen some of your stuff. You were LDS. I know you. You know, I heard you talk about smoking a little bit. So I was like, maybe. So we'll take a shot when we're down there after my bout. But my man. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm excited about this. The journey was great, and like I said, I'm prepared to go in there right now. But I think even in the next 4 weeks, come fight day, I'm just getting better every day, and I'm only gonna excel from there. I'm gonna kill it in there, and that's how I feel. So.
All right, dude. Well, I think that's a perfect spot to end it. Look, he's coming, fam. He's coming, and he's going to prove himself, and we're here for it. Where can everyone follow you on social media, dude, so they can watch this whole thing unfold?
So for me, it's all honestly, I do majority of all my stuff on IG. Mirza Berhamovic, first last name. I created a YouTube channel not too long ago. And then a TikTok, which I don't know how the fuck to use yet. Dude. But I was like, you know what? When it comes,
hey, hold on. What's your YouTube channel? I did this for Damien. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna subscribe right now.
Okay, so what is it? It's if you type in my name, it's Mirza Berhamovic Slaps, I think.
Okay.
I don't want to look through it here. It's something along those lines. Yeah, I'll send you the link there as well. But it's something along. I have one video posted with my girlfriend Carly. This is several weeks ago of because I do it now. I do it with the pool noodle to get.
Oh yeah.
But she was doing it with the slap pad for a little bit, and I posted one video of her not doing it hard enough. So I thought it was funny. I don't know. But
no, dude, that's perfect content, man.
Something like that. So yeah, that's perfect. But mostly on IG is where you're gonna find me. Once I become more in this power slap, I'll engage, show those things, and grow with it. So
okay,
but IG is where you
dude,
can find
okay, so follow this, man. Sorry, fam, if you're watching, I'm just looking at the screen. But dude, okay, send me the link because I'm all about that. And if you want any look, I'm not fucking Logan Paul or shit, but if you want any tips or whatever, dude, hit me up. I love sharing the wealth and the knowledge, and so we'll do what we can to support you 100%.
Well, I see that you know your shit, so yeah, I was already planning on it. So after this bout, I'm gonna be hitting you up saying, "What the hell do I do here?" So,
dude, I dig it. That. Okay, well, hey, fam, you know where to follow him, and let's support him, and then dude, hang out for a minute, and we'll let this bitch upload.
Thank you, brother.